I am recording now. So let's take a look at the tire image. That what we're gonna build today. And hey guys, I apologize. I have a heartburn and I've been hicking all day since in the morning. So I might hold up. Oh, when I'm going to speak, I was going to hiccup. Um, this is another image. So that's the detail that we need to get. And now the thread we will stick with the one that we saw in the big picture of the car, but actually the thread you can do anything you want. As long as has a little thread like that. So, but the spoke, oops, sorry, and the rim, I think this is called spoke, and the center I do not know exactly what does it call, and the tire itself. So that what we're gonna build, and I basically just Google a 1934 Ford tire, and then this is show up because of when we look at on the you can do 91 to 31 to they're probably just slightly different a tire thread and maybe a little bit different shape of the spoke. I'm not sure. Let's see that one. So this part there's a slender bend on the on the end and the starting, and then you have rivet. So those could be another shape with the same grouping with this spoke. Now we don't need to build this detail. We can just build only on the surface that we can see, because these will be a cap, right, like that, right there. So now the you could actually skip the tire, the what do you call the inflate tire plug, if I call correctly. But so basically you're gonna have a tire rim and the center of the the spoke, and then the spoke itself, and then the cap, and then the rod. These are disc brake. I think it's a brake. I think so. They're all separated. Okay, I'm gonna close that. And now let's take a look at this. These are not done. So basically we need a little detail on each of this, but we will build only two of them, one of them, and then we just duplicate spatial, group them together, and now they kind of crisscross. And I count. I mean, when you look at on the tire, let me see. Hold on. When you do building anything, you have to analyze the let's say right there. So you can count like how many sections this has, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think this is too much. When I counted on the actual photo, is total of 16. Oh, that one's too less. Yeah, this is, I counted is 16. So 8 on the outside and 8 on the inside, and then they angle it up. So now when I know that there's a 16, so what I can do, I can start it with a oops, sorry, I'm gonna just keep hicking up, guys, so I might stop talking time to time. So I do 16 span on the cylinder. This one I use pipe, and this is 16 span too, and then I increase the resolution later. So we will keep it 16, 16, and 16. Okay, So let's start it. But before we do that, I can show you something. Here we go. I alter the fender a little bit. If we get time, we will do this. If we don't get time today, we can just leave it only the tire. Okay, so that's the fender. I just use Control I. Okay, so I'm gonna open the previous one. So now we're gonna start it now. Come on. Just color management issue. So we're gonna save this in as number 4. I'm gonna skip number 3. Okay. So first we're gonna create a pipe because pipe has a hole. If you look at on polygon, donuts would work too, but donuts it will not work well, but it works. So
How did you do the manage color stuff? Because I
you
did
go
do
to
that.
Window, General Editor. Oh no, sorry, Settings, Preferences,
Okay.
and then Color Management. Now you can do this too. Like this is an animation setting. When you click on it, it's basically the same window, but it's point into animation option. So you can go to a color management too, and just
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So now I'm gonna open up my channel box. I'm gonna go to create menu because pipe is on there. Polygon primitive and pipe. So now it's somewhere in there, right there. It's just so small, that's all. Hold on. Let me increase my audio. Okay. So now we're gonna align it to this. Let's do on the back side because we already have a fender on it. I'm gonna unlock my layers so that I can hold shift click to select the object that I want to align to, and then I go to modify, match. I'm gonna match only translate. I do not want to match the scale, and match rotation. So now you can lock template that again, the blocking layer, so leave out this. Okay, so we're gonna have to look at on side view so that we can match the size. So this one we will work on a rim first, not the center. So highlight poly pipe radius. I think it's about there. And then the thickness probably right there. I just look at on the end of the spoke. I think my radius can be 10. No, 10 is not enough. So 10.1. And then okay, I believe that's look good enough. Let me check the reference again. Actually, this one it looks kind of different, so I would modify it, make it a little thicker. Here we go. Okay, so now look at on the front view, height probably need to be right around there, I think. Okay, and these are not quite center. Maybe I have to move a little bit, just a little bit.
How can you tell where you're scaling it?
Oh,
Like, what are we looking
you
for?
look at on this shape, look at on the image, and then you just change the height. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if you can see the hubcap, and I can't, or like, because our
You mean this hubcap?
or yeah, like your size, are you sizing up the tire or
No, the rim,
the rim?
this
Okay.
one
Okay.
right there.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
You
Trying to
got it.
make it
Okay.
because our scales are a little bit off from yours, and so we're trying
Just
to.
just follow your is if it that much off, just try not to do too much off. I mean, a little bit is okay.
Right.
And now can you see based on the picture a little thicker than the blueprint. So I just follow the picture. Blueprint is just used as a guideline.
Right.
Doesn't have to be like exact. And are we ready? So the next thing I want you to select these two sides. We're gonna extrude it. The reason is we wanted to extend. I mean, there are another way to do it too, but I do this way. We wanted to expand this section right there. Here we go. So extrude it, and then just look at on the front view. Just extend a little bit like that. I think these are too thick. Let me scale it inward. Here we go. And after you expand the side, go ahead, extrude the inside, and extrude. I think mine is too big, too thick now. It's okay. We can fix that really easy. So extrude. Here we go. So now you will get this shape. And like I mentioned, I think mine is too the inside is too thick, so it's not difficult at all. You just select all the vertices or edges. It's up to you. I'm gonna use a lasso selection. Then I'm gonna select all the vertices inside there. Here we go. Make sure you select all the way to left and right. If you need to make adjustment, turn on scale on side view. Grab only the green plane so that it scale only X and Z, like this. I am looking at on my reference also, so you might have to put your reference somewhere.
So that lasso tool is something a little bit new for us. Can you show us a little bit about that?
Yes, you just turn it on, and then to select it, you just click and drag. Anything inside that region will be select.
Okay.
Now to subtract, you just Alt key to subtract.
All right. And then when you actually did select your vertices,
Mm-hmm.
and you scaled them outwards, are you pushing it out towards the end of those cylinders that we're going to add in? Is that what
Right,
you're doing?
right here. Can you see? Hold on. It looked like this.
Right. Okay.
Just to make it thinner, not too tall, shorter. Yes.
Okay.
And still within that tire has to be smaller than the tire. The thick has to be thinner than the tire. I mean, if you look at overall too thick, just scale up like this. And when you're ready, I want you to bevel it. This section, that section, and the inside. Let me switch to full right here. Because based on the shape, there are a little curve there. So we're gonna bevel it. And oh hey guys, before I bevel, I think it need a little angle. So can you select like this all the faces inside? I want you to narrow it so that it looks like taper. Oh, sorry. Oh, come on, now I lose it. I have to reselect again. Okay, and then I'm gonna, to make a taper, basically, you just scale like this. And I'm gonna subtract on the side, sorry, on the side. Not that one. And then I'm gonna taper again. Right there. Here we go.
So you're tapering all of the inside faces.
Right.
And then
based on this photograph, so that they kind of angle it. So if you look at if I select these edges for you, can you see it look like this? That.
Right.
So that they don't look straight line based on the photograph.
Okay, and you deselected the sides of the...
That you don't want to scale.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for asking all these questions.
It's
I feel
okay.
like I'm
No,
going
no,
to
that's
ask
good.
questions, but I'm just trying to make sure that
No,
I'm
that's
doing
good.
it right.
So that other understand too. It's just like you asking the question for everybody.
Yeah.
But some people just maybe afraid to ask. Oop. Now when you're ready, you're gonna bevel only these 4 lines, 4 edges. We just want that to be curved in a little bit. And shift right mouse click, bevel, and then reduce the fraction until it's about there. Let me press 3 to see how it looks. That's about right. Okay. Do them at once, all 4, so that they have an equal space. Save your file just in case. Okay. And then we're gonna add just a little bit of kind of a, what do you call it? I don't know how to say that, like a rim on the edge right there. So we already have right here. We already have that line, those 2 lines, 2 spec. Just go ahead, extrude it, and then just push it out a little bit to get the space. Here we go. Okay. And then we're gonna select this section, left and right, on the side, and then we're gonna expand it, extrude it out like this.
You're doing the outer faces now.
Yeah. So when you think about like extend surface, you extend on the span. So like for example, the first extrude, let me undo quick. This extrude is to give a space for us to extend to the side.
Gotcha.
And then we extend to the side. Here we go. And now let's press 3, see how it look. I think it looks decent. The inside you don't have to worry about it at all because the tire will be covered up. Okay. So we got that shape, and it's time to delete history. Alt Shift D. Shortcut for delete history, and also face transform. Clean it up, and we can call rim mesh. Okay. And I should phase transform this guy too, the fender. Basically, when you're done modifying certain point, you delete history, phase transform, and make sure you rename them. So this will be a fender tire, just fender mesh. And this one's back fender, so I would put BK back fender. Okay. So now we are going to add the center of the spoke. Gonna be same technique, but this time we're gonna use a cylindrical instead. Oh guys, hold on. Did I change to 16? Oh no. Undo quick. Let's look at on the pie. Oh no, the pie is still 20. 16. Now I lose everything. Ah. God. My brain. So. Oh boy. Okay. Alright guys. I'm gonna have to redo this. Because Maya is really not good with the history. So, well, I still be able to use the starting point. So tweak, extrude, I'm gonna go.
Is there a reason we need to have it at 16?
Yes, because of the spoke has 16 spoke. We need a exactly same patch to calculate them.
Okay.
It will be easier. Actually, you know what? Maybe you... No. Yep. Oh, okay. We're going to do this. I'm going to go to Window menu. Make sure we don't have to delete this. We go to Window menu and General Editor. Oh, sorry. Yes. General Editor and Hypergraph connection. We can remove some geometry, some command. We want to keep pipe. We want to get rid of the all extrude and tweak, so that we get the same.
We do pipe. This. Do we do this part after we make it 16? Or
no.
After?
You can do before.
Okay. So.
And just let's do little by little, because I'm not sure if tweak. Did we tweak anything before extrude? Oh, I don't think so. So we can do that. Yep. I try to. Hey guys, if you have to do troubleshooting like this by yourself, you could do little by little, like delete one at a time until to check, see the shape are destroyed or not. If it's not, so it means it's correct. So now hit delete.
So I'm sorry, but how are you seeing all that? Because whenever I open up the hypergraph input and output, I just see pipe shape 1 and then initial shading group.
Hold on. All. Let's do it again. So make sure switch to 1 so that you won't get confused, and go to Window, General.
Yeah.
Hypergraph connection.
Yeah.
And then it's there.
Okay, yeah, so mine doesn't look near as complicated as that. I just have 2 gray boxes, pipe shape 1, and then it goes into initial shaping group.
Oh, so you didn't have this yet? Did you get this? Did you get to this point yet?
Yeah, so my shape looks exactly like yours.
Oh! You did not undo back. You have to undo back until you get all the input back. You missed that.
Oh, okay. Like undo my history?
Right, before you delete history.
Okay, now, yeah, mine looks like yours now, yeah.
Got you. So, and go ahead, delete them.
Delete just the extrudes?
Yeah, all extrude right here.
All extrudes.
Tweak too.
So just the first 3.
Don't delete pipe shape, just only all extrude bevel tweak node.
Okay, so delete all of the bevels, all of the tweaks, all the extrudes.
Right.
Uh,
And then just hit delete. You should leave this as is.
okay.
And then now this is the starting point.
Okay, now we change it to 16.
Right. So now if you guys are not, I mean, when you do on your own, if you guys are not able to do it, just rebuild the shape. If, like, for example, if you delete history already and then you save, you come back next day, you won't have those undo history. So you have to go start it over. Okay. So now we know. Let's do again one more time. Let me template my body layers also. Oh, the body. Hey guys, this is getting too distracting to the eyes. Let's create a new layers. Empty layers, and then you can call mesh layer. Here we go. And put all the mesh except for the tire inside that layer. Right click and add. Now you can template it so that won't get too distracting. Okay. So I'm gonna extrude the side of the face again, right there to get started, and extrude. Just move it a little bit out. Here we go. And let's see. Oops, sorry. Mine's not center again. Let them move it. Here we go. And then we're gonna shrink this section. We do a little different than, not that much different. Just shrink this because we know that it's not really. Here we go. Okay. And then I'm gonna shrink this edge so that taper it just like what we did, but we do slightly different this time. We taper it. Okay. Let's look at on the side just a little bit. Actually, I can do more. Here we go. And then I will shrink that down a little bit. Here we go. That's it. Okay. Now we extrude inside. And here we go. Okay.
So how can we, how did we make sure, oh yeah, you're doing it now, never mind. Making sure it's scaled correctly and stuff.
Right. I think mine is too small. Too the inside is a little too small. I'm gonna using do like what I did before, scale inside a little bit. Here we go. Okay, I think that's good enough.
Yeah,
so now, yeah.
Oh no, I was just saying, can you show one more time how to get to that lasso tool?
Lasso right here. Click lasso tool, and then you use a vertex, and then you just region drag anything inside that lasso. We'll select it.
Okay, that's pretty helpful to know. Thank you.
If you're missing something, I think I did miss one. Look at that. That one. Okay, here we go. If you miss some, you just hold Control Shift together. If you hold Shift, it might toggle deselect on the selected object component. Make sure you check if you select on the inside too. Need to be both. Next thing you need to do is you just taper the top part there, the last thing. There we go. I think this one is too narrow. Let me go back. Here we go. And then bevel, 4 edges, 4 edge loop. Okay.
We can just set it to the previous settings that we had for the bevel.
Yes. And then gonna press 1 back. And then when you get to that bevel, you started to extend this section.
Okay.
Extrude. Here we go. And then extrude on the side. And that's it. Save again.
Can you show your tire from a front-facing position, just in the perspective view?
Oh,
So we
in the
can
perspective.
Yeah. I want to see if I've extruded mine as much as it looks like I have, I think.
I mean, you can edit them later too when you started to put tire on it, because we can come back, edit at any time.
Okay.
Okay, so next thing we're gonna add a cylindrical. And after you create a new cylindrical, just go ahead, align it to the center of this, match, translate, match, rotate. That's it. And then before we forget, bring it down to 16, yes. And this time though, we're gonna do extrude the inwards a lot. So let's remove the cap to 0. Let's make it flat. And we're gonna hollow it out anyway, so we don't have to concern about the end gone or more than 4 corner. So look at on the front view, make it thicker. This should be height. So I think the height, let me think quick. We can leave the heights about 1, and then when we can extrude them, no, not 1, 1.5. And the number is actually, I want it to be, hold on, got to be about the same size as that section has to be a little bigger actually.
The middle section that we extruded.
Right.
Because
based on what I see on the photo, it's actually the location they are shifted like this. But we're gonna start it from the center because easier.
Okay, so we need to probably make it a little bit smaller than it comes already.
Right, and then this one will be the base. So the base is really big. Here we go.
Oh.
Mine is about 4. Basically, you just use that as a reference.
Radius.
Yep.
Okay, let me switch my view real quick.
Okay. And if you notice, see they are matched, the line. That will help us later. We want that to match.
So your radius and you matched it up with what in the reference?
The big one, the base. Can you see the base?
Oh.
Right here.
Gotcha. We're looking at that. Okay.
Yep.
So let me play around with that real quick.
And I feel like the base are too thick. They are a lot smaller than I thought. Hey guys, so actually now You can move this like this. It's too thick. When I look at on the reference, look like this. The thickness.
Okay, so you want us to move it backwards and
Yeah.
shrink it?
Yeah, you just move the surface, the face, because we're gonna extrude it.
Okay.
So go ahead, extrude face and move. We are doing this section right
Yeah.
there, and then we're gonna extrude to right here, a little lower. So we move it just a little bit, tad, and then we're gonna scale it down. You can use offset. I mean, you can use scale to too, like this. Oops, sorry. No, use offset instead. 2, how about 5? Is it 5 too much? It looks like too much. Oh no, actually, yeah, a little too much. So let's do it again. How about 4? 4 is about right. So see, a little taper, and then we're gonna extrude one more. Extrude, then you can push outward. And it's out like this. See, based on the image, it's a little bit outside of the tire. Like, it's about the same level of the tire because the cap will be kind of a protrude outward. So something like that. Here we go. And then let's
Barely going over the tire.
Yeah, right. And then you're gonna offset them a little bit, like 2 might be too much. 1. Here we go. Just 1. I could see that I'm making this section right here. Right there. Taper it down just a bit. I think it's good. Not too small. Okay.
So, how did you quickly? Oh, did you just scale the face when you tapered it down, or did you select the edge?
No, I just when you extrude it, move, and then you use offset. Don't scale it, just offset.
Right. So I offset the middle, but then when you said tapering it down,
When you offset the middle, is taper it down. Can you see? The reason that we make it smaller so that they look taper. They looks like taper.
okay.
See from the base and the ending. So now extrude one more time, and this time do not move. Just taper, just offset to get this. It's about 1. 1 is too much. 0.5. Here we go. This section. Right there. The border. Okay. Because at the end, we delete this. We don't need it. Because that face will be covered by the cap. So the back side too. So that is less geometry. Save.
So we can go ahead and just delete the front face.
Yeah, and the back too. Now, when you look at this section, this image, right there, it has a little blending, like blending. Can you see? So, what we can do is we can we can bevel this. It will create a bending for us. So bevel and bevel a little less. Here we go. Can you see? So it's kind of a gradually smooth curve. Here we go. So now we're gonna have to stop continuity on the edges because it looked kind of, oh, it's actually really thin there and have a curve there. Okay, that's easy. Let's move this face inward a little bit so that they have a little sharp cut, sharp angle like that. Here we go. I think my bevel has to be a little less. you can select bevel 3, and on the fraction, let's reduce it to 0.15. Here we go, just a little bit less, so that they have a little sharper blend. Now we're gonna have to stop continuity, multi-cut to first right here. So now when I press 3, see, it looks sharp now. Press 1 back, this section, press 3, here we go. So that's a little curve there, that's what I want. Okay. Now what about this line right there? That's easy. Okay, so that line, what we can do, press 1. Okay, it's kind of this section is a little thick right here. Oh, sorry, we gotta cut it first. Multi-cut and cut. I'm gonna cut like in the middle like that. Here we go. And I'm gonna select like this the surface. Here we go. And then you extrude it and move it just only a tad bit, just like that.
Do we need to select the tiny little faces that we the ones that you didn't select right there? Do we need to select those?
Which one?
Where the edge loop is. I guess not.
Oh, hold up. I'm missing one of them right here.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Thank you. I missed that. Extrude. And then just move. Don't move too much. Just a little bit. Because it's really, I mean, the level is not that high, so just move a little bit. I think this might be too little. Here we go. Maybe a little more. Why not? Okay. All right. I'm gonna press 3 to see how it looks. Here we go. It has some level now. And I need to make it sharper. So basically I have to do stop continuity right there. And this one too. Now it show up. Let me turn that off. Here we go. So now you can see it. Separate level. I think I didn't do enough curve there. It's okay. Right there. Hey guys, if you feel like this section are not good, you can delete this. Let's do it. Troubleshooting. And then move this back. And then bevel this. Okay, here we go. So you can like go back and forth until you get what you wanted. Here we go. That looks better, I think.
So how did you do that? You deleted the edge first?
Yep. Let me undo one more time. Here we go. So you just delete any loop. Delete it, and then so that you can concentrate only a single loop. I'm gonna narrow it down a little bit. Then I'm gonna move backward just a bit, and then you bevel it. Here we go. And then you reduce the size of the bevel. Press 3 to see if you like it. If you don't, undo and keep making adjustment. I'm gonna make it lower. Here we go. And then I'm gonna push it back. Backward a little bit. Here we go. Press 3 to see if that's what you want. Here we go. I think this looks better. Look a little more defined. So we're gonna block the cap because it's kind of looking a little bit annoying when we see the cap. Oh, we see the hole. So the cap's easy. Spherical. And align it to. Shift select the object you want to align to. Translate. Match. Rotate. And then Once again, we already know that we want 16. So 16 on the subdivision axis. And then we're going to reduce the subdivision height later. Not now. Let's make this big. You want it.
We're not doing the height now.
Say it again.
We're not doing the height now.
The height?
Yeah, the subdivision's height. We're not doing that now.
Oh yeah, not yet.
Okay.
We will. So right now I want you to center the sphere to the edge of the center of spoke, like that. Here we go. And now we're gonna make decision of subdivision height. I think these would work. 8, not less, not many. If you press 3, it might be a little smaller, so we can bring that. Oh, it will be. It's about same size. I'm gonna do 0.8 for now. Oh no, 0.6 for now. The radius.
And we want it to be a little bit smaller than the hole, right?
Yes, right. I mean, overlap a little bit is fine on this section because we don't want to see the hole, the gap,
Okay.
basically.
All right.
So we're gonna press 1 back. So now what we need to do is we're gonna scale it on the side, on the y-axis, so that is kind of flatten it like this.
So you changed the height to 8.
Yes,
Gotcha.
it's kind of manageable. Here we go. So that would be the cap, and we're gonna get rid of the inside. So can you hold Control W or Control 1 while you still select it? So isolate it. And then select the face. I delete like this. I delete one loop and double click on the second element after I split them. It look like this.
Oh, okay. So you deleted the back.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you're gonna extrude the edge on this back loop. The reason is make sure you switch to workspace, this button, so that we can push straight line like that. Here we go. And we do not need a thickness at all because it's hidden. So now it look like this. Let's press 3, see how it look. I think it's good with 3. Guys, now can you see there's still some gap in that section? I thought that we could hide them, but we can't. So this is what I want you to do. The next thing, select the center, Control 1 to isolate it. I'm gonna press 1. Select this edge loop and do the same. Extrude and then push inward. And then I want you to offset it a little bit, like 0.2, so that they kind of taper in. The reason is so that it eliminate gap. It still can see gap, but you don't see black color. See it like that. Here we go. You still can, I mean, if we render it out, you still can see the surface of the inside. You don't see black color of the environment. So now I'm gonna have to do multi-cut to, you can cut right here or inside is fine to make that lines straighter. Yeah.
So I'm trying. I selected the inside of this. Yeah, right. The one that you're working with there. And I extruded it. Did you set it to world space or did you just use the y-axis to bring it down?
Workspace. You can switch to move to and just move. That you will get workspace. You can do two-way.
You moved it inside quite a bit.
Okay. So basically, after you extrude, right, like this, and right now it's based on normal space. If you click this switch, it will switch to workspace. and then you can move in straight line. Does it make sense?
Yeah, I'm just trying to mess with it a little bit, get the right curvature on it.
I just make a little adjustment right there. Here we go. Okay. Maybe I should cut in here too, so that much sharper look.
So you're cutting. Sorry, I'm just now getting to the cutting part.
Yep. Basically, you just want a sharp corner, so you stop continuity. That's it.
Right. Did you cut on the under? Yeah, you did. Okay. I was wondering if we were going to cut right there underneath.
I mean, at first I didn't cut it. It looks kind of smooth, blending, which is good too, but I'm gonna stick with the image reference. They really sharp cut. Okay.
So where else did you end up cutting? Because I see all the ones at the front, but did you end up cutting the cap as well?
You mean this cap?
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna leave it like that.
Okay. All right.
So now, the next thing will be the spoke. The spoke a little challenging here, but it's doable. So first we need to look at 16 span. So I need to do a little calculation. Each span will have 2 wire, right? 2 spoke, 2 wire, and 2 pair of each pair has 2 wire. So what I need to do is 360 divided by 16. So each span is rotates. It's about 22.5. So in order to get 22.5 gap, we divide it into 2, so it will be 11.25. So what it does is this. Okay, let's create a cylinder, and you can just move the cylinder in place, or you can start it with align quick. Align, translate, that's it. And I'm gonna move that a little bit up. Make the subdivision just only 6 on the exit. We don't need that high. And at the moment for cap, we leave it 0 so that we can remove them later. And radius really small, like that. Mine is 0.1. It's about right. Now the height, you can do 4. We can change it later. So first thing we need is we need to figure out the location. We're gonna work it, rotate, angle it. So basically we want that tip to be right there. So let's increase the height really long, and then we can reduce them later. And then just move in spot. Look at on the reference. They are right. Okay, right there into here. So that's it. So that's about right, I think. Rotate a little more. And when you do, can you double click on rotate too? We're gonna have to switch between exit orientation to object space and workspace. So you can leave these windows somewhere. I'm gonna let's see if I can stick this window to there. Okay. Oh no. Right there. Hold on. Here we go. So that you can see when I need to switch it. Right now I want it to really rotate until it hit kind of center on that rim. Right there. I mean, don't have to be perfect. It's just nobody can tell.
You're tilting it backwards.
Right. Here we go.
Oh.
And then we're gonna tilt it sideways too. But the sideways we will use that rotation of 12.25 because we kind of wanted to get, actually, hold on, 12.25. We might be able to do 22 too. Let's do only 12 first. Oh, I set up my keyframe by accident.
Okay. So it's all of them are gonna connect within this space right there into the middle extrusion that we did on the wheel.
Right.
Okay.
Because based on the photograph, right there.
Right. Okay, so we're making the first
Uh-huh.
set. I got you.
Yep.
Okay.
So now rotate on x-axis. Let's try, I think it has to be minus 11.25. There we go. I mean, you can do positive first too. It doesn't matter. There you go. See, if I do positive, look like this. And then you're gonna duplicate this. Edit, duplicate. Don't freeze transform. The keys don't freeze transform on this spoke, because otherwise you cannot rotate until like what I did. So this one will be minus. Here we go. So it seems like when I look at on the photograph, it's actually more than 22. More than 11. Let's do a little more then. So how about, because see, it's really wide. These are too narrow. So let's do, how about 13? Oops, minus 13. And the other one has to be positive 13. They have to be equal. I can do more. How about 15? I think 15 might look prettier.
Yeah. So you rotate Z though.
No, X.
Right. But your rotate Z. Should
Z.
we aim?
No, because Z, we angle it. Can you see?
Right. When
That's
we
it.
are angling it, should we aim for the middle of that extrusion?
Right.
So we should.
You mean this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
when you rotate on the middle, it will fix everything there.
Okay, I'm gonna try to reposition mine real quick then.
Oh, before that, let me do one more thing. You need to offset this guy because it cannot be pernited. So it has to be offset like this. And now, when it shifts a little bit, it's okay. Because it looked like it shift too. On the reference. You just move inward like this. So that they don't overlap.
When you duplicated it, did you do a duplicate special or just duplicate?
Just regular duplicate.
Okay.
We don't need anything special this time.
And then you just changed the values to be negative.
Right. Left and right.
Gotcha.
Basically. So this is the first pair. And then now we're gonna modify more. At this moment, I'm gonna switch to 4. And that's to a 1. Okay. We're gonna shrink this guy. So now what I want you to do is you just grab the face. Hold on. Let me put this in the mesh layers. That one. These two. Add to mesh layer so that it's templated. Here we go. That one too. There we go. So that it easier for us. So now you can select this face and you're gonna push in. But before you push in, the reason is because we're gonna create a bent shape like this. That one. See that a little bent there? We're gonna do that. Even though because of on this project, when you do rendering, I want you to render close up on the spoke. So now you need to write hold W key. We're gonna have to change to move along these edges. So hold W key, left mouse click, exits, custom, set to edge, and then set to this edge so that they move in perpendicular to that. I mean, to match with the orientation. You might need to switch this back a little bit so that we can see it. We want it to be just right around there so that we can bend them. We're gonna extrude and bend it. You're gonna do the same with the top part and the other one too. So let me turn that off, temporary. Select that. W, right mouse, left mouse click, axis, custom, set to edge. Here we go. And then I'm gonna turn this back on, move it, so that I can see where does it go. Here we go. I want it to be floating outside a little bit so that I can show off that bent detail. Okay. Do the same with this one. Face, switch to 4. Pick that. Hold W, left mouse, exit, custom, edge. Here we go. Then push. Right there. That's good. It's gonna be a little gonna be slightly bit different than the original reference, but it's okay because we want to show off the shape and ability to build it. Here we go. So I think that's good. All right. Okay. And basically we're gonna extrude it and increase the segment only on that section so that we can bend them. Save your file.
About how far should we have them above the surface
It's
right
up to
there?
you.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be like exactly same as mine. Just about enough to see the shape will be bent down to show off that your ability to model it.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, I was making sure my stream didn't lag out.
Okay, we ready? So when we ready, we're gonna extrude that. Extrude face, and then you just push some. Can be overlapped in so that we have enough surface. And then you're gonna add division. Let's do, just to be safe, let's do 4 so that we can bend it nicely. And you do the same with all of this. And oh by the way, you can do this too. You go back to extrude face there and turn on a manipulator. If you don't see it, you press T. We can duplicate this attribute. So the distance of extrude plus the division, we copy it. So now we can do this. Select, extrude, and then you click on the drop down menu and paste. Here we go. Same thing as the top. Now you can press G. G's repeat the last command and then you switch. So that quicker. Select, press G, and then paste. Did you get what I'm doing?
Yeah, that's actually something I've never seen before, but it's pretty cool.
Okay. I thought we did some in the last section. Oh, I did this more than once. Can you see? It's okay. Maybe I should. No. Hey guys, when you see this, I did twice because I shift select instead of select. So it's mean maintain the last selection and the new one and then extrude again. So no big deal because it's inside. So now why do we do this? Can you just watch and then we do it together? So basically I'm gonna turn that off. I'm gonna add the deformer only on that area, not the whole thing. In the past we did the whole thing and then we move them around, right? So this time we can do this. I can right click and choose vertices. It has to be on vertices. And then you can go to Deform, Nonlinear, Bend. Now right now the bend deformer somewhere right there is really small inside. So it's follow the orientation because I did not freeze transform this spoke yet. If you freeze transform, this will not line up. You have to manually line it up. So that's why I keep this not delete, not modify, freeze transform yet. So what I need to do is I go to bend, add curvature. I think, let me bring that back, see which direction I want it to curve. So I think I want to curve in like this. Oh no, which one is that? Here we go. Oh, this way. Okay, so I bend it first and then now I'm gonna rotate. Once again, when you rotate, you must rotate with the object mode. Here we go. So I'm gonna rotate to the side. Is it to the side? I might be wrong. Hold on. I think it's like this. No. How about that? Just for now. And now I can limit. I think that's top. This is bottom. Let's limit low bond to 0. Nope, that's incorrect. That's a high bond. So high bond 0. Here we go. Can you see? Let me. Oops. High bond 0. So it look like this. You just want it to bend on the bottom. And now I can turn on move to. Once again, the move to need to be on object mode too, because I want it to move it like this outside so I can see it. So now if your orientation is not correct, just rotate the object, the deformer around until you get what you wanted. So I think mine is correct. And the reason that I want it to move because I want to show off that it's bent down. If I press 3, here we go. Let me press 3. See if it look good. See, it look like that. That's what I wanted. Want to show off that I can do it. Okay. So now if these are not pronounced enough, what we need to do is we need to shrink this guy. So in my case, let me think quick. I think that I'm gonna leave it like that. That's good enough. Okay.
What is your curvature set to?
I do not know. It's about 40, 50. I can do more actually. Actually, now if you extend the low bond to be more negative, it will bend more. Can you see? Less negative will be like this. Here we go. I mean, we just worry only, we concern only on the anything that show. If it's not showing, doesn't matter how it looks.
When you rotated the object, did you rotate the whole object?
No, I rotate only the bend deformer.
Okay. How is there an easy way to select that?
You have to switch to 4 and then select that. I mean, you can use outliner right here. See? But if you don't name them properly, you get confused anyway. So just use wireframe on wireframe mode to select it. Easier.
Okay, and you just have it curved.
Yeah. It's basically when you do on your own, it might be slightly different angle. So it depends on how much you rotate the object, like the pivot object like that.
Okay.
Okay, let's finish this one. Same thing. Vertex, select all the vertices. Deformer, nonlinear, bend. And bend it first, otherwise we won't know. Here we go. I'm gonna just bend. And then I'm gonna limit this. I think that one is, I don't know. Just change to 0 one of them so that you can see it.
So
Here we go.
I have a quick question because
Yep.
I'm getting tripped up here. So my bend is working, however, I can't really see it above the. I can't really see it when I'm not in the wireframe. Like I can't see the actual curve into the hubcap. So
Yeah.
I'm trying. What would?
No,
how would I?
You mean the hot cap like this? You just,
Yeah, how you can see it curving into it. Mine's still just like a straight. Like the curve is underneath the actual model. So how would I like? Because it's right under. I'm trying to see. I don't know if I could see. Your high bound is set to.
What?
Nothing. I'll I don't know how to ask it without
You
showing
mean
my.
you don't see this object? You don't see the deformer?
No, I do. I'm trying to ask how to make. I guess I'll just make the curvature higher. That's what I'll do.
Oh, right here. See that curvature right
Yeah.
there? Under input, you just mid mouse drag and change.
Okay. How would I make the curve? Would I make the if I wanted the curve to go higher up into those?
You move like this.
Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to do.
But when you move, you need to change your orientation of the move to object.
Okay.
So that they move perpendicular to it.
I will try to do that right now.
Okay. So I can move that too. There
Oh.
And I think I'm gonna rotate this guy a little bit. Here we go. Maybe that way. Are you okay now?
Yeah. Does it curve into this model like at a perpendicular angle or just kind of like at a curve 45?
Just, it doesn't matter what volumes is, and the direction is this. Like you wanted to mimic like they bend it and go straight up to the surface of the rim. That's all. See, something like this. I'm not doing perfect neither.
Okay.
And basically just go ahead, continue to do the rest. So I think this time I'm gonna move this guy down a little bit. I don't like it. It's just too, here we go. I wanted to show off the bend a little more, so let's see if I can do that with this also. I might. Hey guys, you still can edit the appearance of, can you see? I move this like this. Select the loop so that I wanted to show off the bend more. So I move it down, even though after I add the bend deformer, and then now I have to go back to the bend deformer one more time because they are not lined up. They are not. Here we go, right there. That's it. And I'm gonna change the bend curve a little less because I want to show it off that we did bend it. Here we go. That looks much better. Let's do it this way too. Switch to full. Just to make it a little more pronounced. Okay, and then go to object mode, switch to full, pick that up. And then move it. Here we go. That looks much better. I want it to be straight line. Let's see if I can do really straight line. I should be able.
Are we going to duplicate this one, or are we going to do it to the other
right one? We get to finish this pair, and then we're gonna reuse this, recycling it,
okay,
so that we don't have to do all again. There's no point to do that. I mean, if you don't want to do the other side, this one, we can duplicate this guy. How about that? So that easier, but we have to kind of offset them.
I mean, it's okay. I'm already doing the other one.
The other one? Good. Go for it. Nothing wrong with that. It's good practice anyway.
Yeah, it is.
I want it to be straight line. There we go. You can do that. I am not. I'm gonna sheet it. Duplicate. And -5. Here we go. All right. Oh. I'm gonna have to do a little trick. Here we go. Hey guys, did you guys see what I do? What I did? So I duplicate them, right? Hold on, let me show it to you. So when I Control D, duplicate it, and then change the rotation. Here we go. Look like this. Now, what the other thing to do is, if I wanted to make it looks like mirror, so I can put negative on Z-axis because I want to mirror this like this axis. So when I put -1, can you see? It looks like a mirror. Then I can move. Okay. So that's the outside. Now we're gonna do a second pair, the inside. We're gonna recycle these two guys again. I'm gonna save this scene, and then I'm gonna save scene as, so that I can keep those deformer. I'm gonna put A, 4A, and on 4A I'm gonna delete history, delete by type, history, and then you need to phase transform this time, because otherwise you're gonna have a little bit hard time to duplicate them and mirror them. So phase transformation. Yep. So now just remember, I back it up. I have version 4. This is version 4A. Just in case something wrong, I can go back to version 4.
So did you when you rotate the deformers, do you have to have it on world axis?
Yes. No. Object axis.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, because if a world is gonna be hard to match with the original trajectory of the surface.
Okay. Sorry, I was just trying to catch up a little bit.
I'm gonna save. I'm gonna wait a little bit. While we're waiting, let's rename this. Use a rename section right here. If it collapses on your on your window, just expand it. Change to absolute transform to rename, and I'm gonna call spoke mesh. Here we go.
So did you freeze the transformations after you finished deforming?
Yes.
Okay, because I just finished the deforming.
Yeah, delete history and phase transform. We done on that.
Okay, delete
alter.
history.
You will freeze when you're done. If you're not done, don't freeze it, because otherwise you can't really rotate them into in the direction that you really need it to. I mean, you can, but it takes like 10 times longer.
Right, right.
So now we're gonna group this guy
Do you need
together.
to? I'm sorry. Do you need to select the deformers as well?
No, you just select the surface and just delete history. It will
Yeah.
bake the transform into it.
Okay.
If you don't delete the history when you move the object, it's gonna get distortion.
Gotcha.
Okay, group this to itself. Select two object and then group, and then name it. You can
Here's
call.
a result from search.
I said group is. My phone thought I said Google. This gonna call spoke outside. How about outspoke? Group 1. Out. There will be out and in spoke. Here we go. And center pivot, so that we can see the center a little easier. And then now we're gonna duplicate this group. So you're gonna go to edit duplicate spatial, because we wanted to rename the hierarchy. So we're gonna edit reset and assign unique name to children node.
So before you do that, we need to. So you just have everything is.
Select two spoke and group it.
Yeah. So I'm on the duplicate special options, but what did you change on it? Because it's a little blurry right now.
Edit reset, and then you turn on only assign unique name. That's it.
Okay. Okay, the stream's clearing up now. My bad. I think my internet connection kind of got spotty.
Got you. Okay. And then just duplicate it. So now rename this to in spoke group 1. Here we go. So basically you're gonna mirror so that they reverse. I mean, you can do rotate too, but I mean, like if you do rotate like this. Can you see? So 180 minus 180. That's what it is. And move in spot.
And they made this wheel overly complicated back in 1931, didn't they?
Oh, it's lucky that we don't build bicycle, right?
Yeah.
So, and basically you just, these need to be adjusted. And right now, just make sure they are just overlap like that. Doesn't matter. Can you see? Like that.
Do they also need to be kind of connecting into the middle of that extrusion as well?
Which part? You mean that one? Yes, has to be middle for now. Yep. And then now, based on the image, we need to do a lot of rotation. Can you see right there? And then it's shorter too.
Okay.
Right there. So basically, it will be right on the edge there. Let me rotate a little bit. Okay. So now I'm gonna move this like this. I want the can you see? I want the cross to show up, and then we're gonna have to shrink everything in. Just focus on the cross show up, and they should be perpendicular at the moment, because later on we will offset them. Like we will rotate and offset, but don't do it now. We get to match them first. So let's look at on the. It looked like this. This is about right. We don't. Oh, we shouldn't move on X. Here we go. X should be 0, so that they exactly match. So now what we need to do is we need to shrink those object, and to shrink it, you don't scale it. You're gonna have to manually move them like this. Select the vertices or select the face, You can select the face too, like this. Here we go. And now you're gonna change the move to hold W key with left mouse button, choose move along axis, custom edge, and we pick that edge again. And now we should be able to move like this. Here we go. And you're gonna have to keep moving. Here we go. It's about there. I didn't line up them nicely yet, but that's okay. Do the same with the other side, all four sides basically. You can use vertices, might be easier. And oh, W axis, custom edge. Pick that. Oops, man. W exit custom edge. Here we go. It's about the same. All right. I'm gonna select that side. Exit custom edge.
I accidentally started messing with my original too.
Oh.
I fixed it though. We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Exit custom edge. Pick. Then here we go. Just move it out so that there's about the same level. Doesn't have to be exactly, but here we go. And then now I can go to group node again. So select one object and then you can use up arrow key to go up to the group node. And then you just reposition and that's it. Now I may have to change the orientation, make it wider. So basically I just rotate like this. Can you see? So let's do 10. And this one will be minus 10. Because it's become narrower. Here we go. And make sure they are still on the rim and the center of the rim.
So what did you do to 10?
Rotate it.
Oh, you rotated it 10, the whole
to
group
the
now?
side. No. One each. You want it to spread the shape so that the X looks wider. That's it.
Okay, so rotate X -10. I got you. Okay.
And they're still in a group. The group hasn't changed. Okay, so now we ready. We almost done with this. Actually, I was thinking we should add this detail with it. So that's the easier. Can you see those? Even though there's a welding mark, we're gonna just extrude it. Like for example, you select this face. Here we go. And you just extrude it. Yep. To get this base. So we do it now. At first I thought about making another object, but that's gonna be 16 times 4. That's a lot of object. So let's make them become one right there. That part. And so basically you just do extrude and then push it out like this. Don't have to fix anything, just that's it. And then you copy it so that they are about the same size. Select, press G, and then paste, attribute. Here we go. So that easier, quicker. I can do all of them at once too, but this one is fine. Here we go. Paste. Just like that. Paste.
Okay, so you basically just extruded.
Right. The base so that they extend it out.
Like, yes, I think for some reason I think Centennial's Wi-Fi is going in and out, so it's like kind of.
Oh. Now this section I don't have enough. You need to cut them. Oop. Ouch. What am I doing? right here. I need to multi-cut. Cut there. That one too. Here we go. And then extrude, paste. Extrude.
Okay. Now the connection is fine. So your extrusion. Sorry about that.
Yeah. When you extrude, after you move the Z, just copy it. Copy the attribute.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know how to copy and paste. Did you just get like the last row of faces on each of those things?
Right. And if it's not enough, just cut the new row.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. I mean, you can move them too like this, but I would cut because better.
Okay, I'll try to do that right now.
Oh,
we don't want to go like overboard with this extrusion. We want it to be kind of.
Yeah. What am I doing? Hold on. Oh.
I wish there was kind of a close up to the wheels and the reference images.
Right.
You didn't offset it at all, did you?
No. Just extrude and move, that's all.
Okay. Sorry about all the questions. I feel like the whole class is just like a conversation at this point.
Oh no, I think people might not even follow it. But that's good. The question will be inside the video. That
Yeah.
will help for other people who may miss something like what you experience it.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, not a bad thing. And did you see I actually manually adjust some of them?
Yes, I'm kind of doing that too along the way because it's kind of making it a little wonky.
Right. So it's just the way it is. I think I'm good for now. Okay.
I'm finishing up mine, but
So basically, we actually done. The rest of them is just duplicate spatial. So now, can you just watch?
yeah.
So I gonna do the back side first. The back side, it seems like in the right spot. This one will be offset. So the right side, I'm gonna go to the group node. It has to be on the group node. I'm gonna change pivot point of the group node in order to rotate them pivot right on the center of the rim or something. So press D, and I'm gonna hold V key. V key is snap to point or vertex, and I'm gonna grab only Y axis. Don't grab any other axis. Let it snap to right there. Now when you grab Y, it will maintain straight line to the group node, but try to snap. However, because we constrain only on Y, it will not shift to X or Z. So that's a little trick. I mean, so now I already know that I do the math, right? That's what I showed to you. So the rotation will be this, 22.5. Each group will rotate 22.5 and will be total of 8. Now we have already 1, so we need to duplicate 7 more on the group. Has to be on the group. Now, before we do that, the group need to be freeze transformed. If you don't freeze it, it will not rotate on the world axis. So modify freeze transformation on the group node, the in spoke group 1. You freeze transform it, and then you open up a duplicate spatial. On this duplicate spatial, you need to make sure assign unique name. Now, which axis do we rotate though? we're gonna have to test. So I'm gonna grab and look at on my outline, on my attribute editor, no, shadow box, and it's right there. Rotate X. So I'm gonna bring it back. So it doesn't matter to be negative or positive because we're gonna, this is, doesn't matter go to the right or go to the left. So rotate X will be 22.5. Number of the copy will be only 7 because we already have 1. So that they don't duplicate, overlap. And then when I click apply, it will look like this. Oh, sorry. 16. What am I saying? Oh, wait. No. It skipped 1. I got confused myself. Look at on the picture. So it has to be 25 because 22.5 plus times 2, right? Can you see it skip? Total of 16, so it means only 8 objects. So I did the wrong math. Undo. And so this will be 45 because 24.5 times 2. 45. That's it. Boom. Here we go. So we get that shape. Now the same thing with the outspoke. You need to either use outliner to select the outspoke group 1, or you can select on the object of the member of the group and use up arrow key to go up level.
So did you I hate to interrupt what you're saying. When you, because I just now finished like doing all the extruding and stuff like that, and I want to make sure that I don't mess this up. So when you did the when you grouped them, when did you unfreeze transformations, or when did you freeze transformations again, rather?
When you finish those 2 set, when you completely finish.
Okay, yes, so I'm completely finished now.
So you can just freeze transform the group node.
So like both the group nodes?
Yep.
Okay. And delete history as well?
Yes.
Okay, so freeze and delete, gotcha.
And that's it. Because in this case, the property will be baking. If the property is not baked in that original, in that appearance, you will get different results.
All right, so I guess now I'm just going to do exactly what you did, which was duplicate special and then
45 degree, yeah.
45 degrees for both
7
of them.
Make sure you change the pivot point first of the group node.
Gotcha, the pivot point needs to be in the center of the wheel. Okay.
Yep. Can you do with me? So same thing as this one, but no. Can you work on the outer spoke first?
Yeah.
So this one. So this one we need to rotate it offset, but we need to change the pivot point of the group node first. So go to the same, do the same, hold V key, grab only Y axis, and snap to that center. Now we wanted to offset this to right there. And can you see when I started to rotate, it said 22. We already do the math. 22.5. That's what we wanted. 22.5. Okay. Now, if you have 20 spoke, that number will be absolutely different. So, but because we calculate by 16 and then 8. So now we have to phase transform this guy. After we rotate that, we need to phase it. Second time.
Gotcha.
So now you can use the same setting, which is, if I reset, rotate will be 45 degree on X, and assign unique name, copy, 7, apply, done. So we finish.
So you did duplicate special, and then
right,
and then 45 degree on the X.
Right.
Was there anything else that you did on the dialog box for the duplicate special?
No. 45 degree, 7 copy, unique name. Three options you need to change.
Okay, yeah, it worked. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry for making you back.
No, it's okay. I think hey guys, I'm gonna do a tire by myself and then put the video up by Monday. No, wait, today. Oh, I can put up by Sunday, so that on Monday you can do it before class or something like that. Or I'll try to upload it, try to finish on Saturday, sorry. And then you can do by class start. And if you can, it's still okay.
So we
Because we
should
have the
make
video.
that video to be like tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow at the end of the day.
Okay.
Tomorrow. Just only the tire. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop it for now. Because tire, it's not that hard, but I don't think we have enough time. Okay.
Okay.
Save your file. And you got a really cool looking spoke now. And later on, we're gonna duplicate the whole set to left, to front, and so on. So we build only one tire. All right, guys, that's it for now. I'm gonna stop record.